I just lied to somebody. I don't have a way back to synagogue because, can I use the word because? I didn't get in touch with the person who takes me there when I don't have a ride, Lori R. Some of you might know him in a very way off area, like Colombia or Africa or something. If something bad's happening, he's going to be there to help. That's who this guy is. And all he has to do is make a phone call. And so he left early. Somehow I didn't pay attention. Whatever it was, my wrongdoing was not paying 100% attention to time, space, etc. Time, space, where I should be at a certain time to plan out that if A, B, C, D happens for this period of time, that the person is notified more than 24 hours. 36 hours, saying the beginning of yesterday, all of today into the morning, and 12 hours later to 6 o'clock at night, 36 hours. So understanding what these numeric values have, 9 hours is maybe from the beginning of the day to the end of work, or it could be from the beginning of sleep to the end of sleep. But if it was from the end of work to the middle of sleep, you'd be going halfway through the day till midnight and then 2 a.m. or something like that to the next part of the day. So anyways, taking all that into effect, I want to finish off and try to figure out that I have the sun going around area space here. I have it going all the way around, turning from day and into night. So I'm going to have to find myself a black marker. If anybody wants to send me a box of black markers, some of these, what do you call it? I like these German pencils here. They're German pencils 9201. Anyways, whatever it is, I like this company here. Look at that. I'm doing a little bit of publicity for myself. I can't even read that. Can't even read that. I think it says purple. So this is the Hebrew star. And at the same time, I'm going to, right? Now, if I was in Russia, I would show you this one. But if I'm in North America, I'll show you this one, right? So now we have the connecting alpha omega signs. The alpha omega, what is above is below. And we now have the core of each house, time zones, etc. And now we have to polish this off. Now, really didn't want to use a black, and I don't really have any other colors. Do I have any other colors somewhere? Do I have some colors in here? Well, I can't find any colors. All I got is this big black. Hold on a second. So I got a red. I got a red over here, and I'm going to use the red, and I'm going to use the red over here, and I'm going to use the red over here. You know, we're all talking about demons and devils and everything, so let's use inside the black zone from the day into the night into the day. Now we see twice as much night because this is the sun going down and maybe the sun coming up. I don't know. I have to think about the reality, the relativity, and then we have the inside. And this is to me is cat's ears. It's also the when you look at the bottom part, if you look at it this way, okay, it becomes the 3 and the 1 or the E. So are we talking about the 3 or the E? Would that mean that the question would mean that if we were, where's the red? I don't have any red. How about a little pink? How about a little pink? Okay, pink is good. Pink is good on both sides. I'm not quite sure why. Is it the magnetism? Is it the energy? Remember, these are all going to be letters at the end. They're all going to be letters at the end. And I could have, instead of did red here, I should have went up and down with my red. Down here, up here. And I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now. I don't know. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm trying to say. We can create the W and put a C on it. We can also talk about, there's two pieces in here that I'm not sure if I showed, but this area over here, when I split it in half, it shows that it is the R letter, unless I set the R letter down this way. But this, with a straight arm, becomes a P. This, okay, if I take the complete center over here, do you see that complete center? Which is looking like, whoop, which looks like that, and that's the R. We all know that the R, right, we're going to have to get a new page and show you what the R could possibly mean, right? And that's, we have, I want to make a bigger one. I'm going to have to make a bigger one, all right? Forget about this line, and we're going to see what the R can do, you know. We can go down here, and a lot of people do this, which shows the yud in the Hebrew language. So I can either go on to here, or I can do this, or I can do this. And now this will show me distance. All right, you want to put the I inside of here? There's no problem. I'll just say it's Donald Duck. Unless you want to say, if it's not Donald Duck, do you think it can be, I mean, Daffy Duck or something? Do you think it can be the Playboy Bunny? Or would you rather say it's Daffy Duck? All right, now if we put R and R together, we put R and R together, 18th letter, and we stretch out our antennas on both sides, right? Or how about we take the R and we put it down here and we stretch out our antenna right over here? Or how about making another R on this side? You see, by just taking the and creating the R this way, or the second R, or if you want crossover is the third R, or if you want crossover is the fourth R, or crossover is the fifth R, crossover, six, and then crossover. We have a total of 8 R's. 8 R's. Maybe we can just call it the bridge of some sort. But over here, we've got, I like to call them the pigs. The pigs, ham radio, CB codes and radio codes. And I like to do it like this. And should I be doing this and just coloring this part in as an I because they overlap? And then this one over here and this one over here, and color this one as they overlap. And it almost looks like, I mean, I can make a little mark over here and it would look like a spy versus spy, would you say? And so we're going to go over this and this, and we're going to color in this overlap over here, right? And we're going to take this, and right, we have to touch these two, right? So we can get the energy running in the center. I take this here, this here, this here. Just keep following. Why not? Let's just keep following and seeing what we can end up with at the end. And we're going to color this all in together. Okay, and is there anything missing? Well, I left the 3 up here, and since the 3 are up here, we will have to color this in, color this in. Maybe I should be using a black marker so it'll go quicker, but you know what? I don't want to go too quick. So we get this, and we have to get this arm. Oh, it's a little short. That's okay. We're going to run it backwards, and we get this little eye over here. And in between, we have the See that? We got the fleur-de-lis center. We've got this fleur-de-lis center. We're going to fill it in with a little bit of yellow. That's your fleur-de-lis. Remember seeing the tail of the fleur-de-lis, the top, and the two eyes, right? The actuality is what I should be doing, right? Is now I have this section over here and this section over here to fill out. And we've done this. What did I have? I had this and I had this, so I have this area here to fill out, and I had this and I had this, so I'm going to have this area to fill out. So this is the way it looks like. You have the two eyes here, you have the four, you have the two here, and you have the four over here. Football fleur-de-lis. I'm not really sure what it's going to be. It also looks like a piece of wood. If I would take this and you know, it looks like how do I do it? How do I do it? You know, it looks like that block of wood. But anyways, it also looks like height, right? See how high it is? How high the building is, how high that building is, right? Anyways, let's stop while we're ahead. So we got Bugs Bunny, and over here, I'm wondering if I can get this to come off the paper. Anyways, once you finish designing all these R's, you end up with X, you end up with X, you end up with X, you end up with X. Every X is worth 10, but it's counted for number 1. Now every corner is worth 10, but it is now counted for number 2. Can anybody tell me why? Because when you go bowling, a spare takes 2 shots and a strike takes 1. Now the thing is, I'm not sure if I'm going to connect this now. See, there's many connections. You see, by making an X, I get a middle. But now you have to remember, this is a middle for 4 areas. Okay, the other middle, right, with X's is when it's single squares. And the only way to get a middle is by creating an X. I'm not sure what that says yet, right? I call it the candy wrapper, because by putting 2X around the candy wrapper, but I would rather have it a little bit longer. So when I put my X over here, I go through 2 spaces. 1 space connects 2 spaces. And not that it means anything, but usually when you get Halloween candy, it's more out in length rather than shorter. It's longer. This is starting to lift off the paper. This is starting to lift off the paper. Is it lifting off the paper? It seems to be lifting off the paper. Let me take a look at this again. Seems to be lifting off the paper. Seems like some sort of, see the in out of a building. I'm not really sure what it is yet, so we're going to leave it the way it is. We went through the bunny rabbits. I did go to synagogue today, and they kept going, oh, they kept talking about, oh God, you know, oh Canada, oh me, oh my. 13 and 5, 13 and 25. 13 and 5, this is the orange sun. 13 and 5, we get a stripe and a solid. Here we get 4 and 7. You like that 4 and 7? There you go. 4, 1, and 7, right? Right, is that what it is? Here's the 7, right? That's the 7. We'll just turn it upside down, and we'll just put the 1 right here. Would you call it a corner of a building? Would you call this the cross? Now because of this angle, right? Because of this angle that I used, I'd have to use the same angle. And now you have that kind of building. And the new Twin Tower is set up a little bit this way. But anyways, yes, they say, O Canada, O me, O my. They also say the word thou. 15, okay, 21, 6, and 3. Total is 36. 324 vibration. 8 to round 1. 18th letter is R. 18 times 18, 324. 18 plus 18, 360. Now, the Jewish leap year comes every 17 years. Why? Because if we start on September 5th, let's say, as a leap year, and we end on September 5th as a leap year, there will be 17 years in between the repeat of the leap year. So if we don't count the first and the last, there's a total of 19. 19 by 19 equals to 361. 17 by 17 equals to 289. 18 by 18 equals 324. So this will be a total of 35 electric company. This will be a total of 37. And the center of numbers is 39, 37, 35, 16 and 19, 20, 17 and 18. 17 and 18. So now what we have is 289 plus 34 equals to 323. We have 18 times 18 is this, okay, plus 18 and 18, 36, equals to 360. 19 by 19 is 361, plus 19 plus 19 equals to 38, equals to 399. Now, what do you think 20 times 20 is? 400. So they all link up together. 17 and 17 equals to 25 Earth. Earth, Mars. 18 and 18 equals to 36. Chai, chai, double chai, R and R. R and R. The two-headed shin. I just did it this way just for that, right? Donald Duck. What are we going to do? Donald Duck. Donald Duck is the president. Donald Duck is R and R. Donald Trump, Trump Towers. The Trump Towers came down. The Twin Towers came down. And the Trump Tower went up. You know, when you're in a rhythm, you can talk forever. So now we have the thing of 17 and 18 and 19 equals to 289 and 34 equals to 330, 323, and 18 by 18 is 324 and 361 and 36 and 38 equaling to 360 and equaling to 360 and equaling to 399. 20 by 20, and this is the gateway for T in gematria is 20 is 400 plus 40 equals to 440 area space. 441 I think is 3 times 147, but we're not going to get into that. In between here is 35, 37, 39, and 35, 37, 39, 35, 37, 39 are the in-between spaces in roulette. It's in between the numbers. I don't know if I can show you the design from here or the other side right now, but take it from me, you'll have to look through my notes and you'll find it. So now you have the in-betweens. Here you have 17, 18, and 19, where the reality is it's 16 and 19, 17 and 20, 18 and 21. So 17, 18, 19 starts me here, here, and here, which it leaves out this one, because what we have is we have the center world on the cross connecting Resh with 19. It's the R letter. 18 plus 1 equals to 19. We don't need this one because we're starting over here, right? We link on the third one and we repeat on the cross over here. And we keep going backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 would be on 22. So we'll start on 23. You follow what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? And this is the mirror. This is the mirror. This is the mirror of the first half. The 16 is red, 19 is red, 17 is black, 20 is black, 18 is black, 21. And the 14 and 23, they're the same. 2 and 3 is 5, 3 and 2 is 5. But before that, for is 11, and then is 26. So now we have 11 and 26 or 2 and 8. What did we have before that? We had 23 and 14. We had WN. We had WEN that came together. Now, I'm not going to get into what that means because I have to think about it. We have to debate it. We have to go over it. We have to rationalize it. I mean, because I can see what I'm thinking right now, but I'm not on that flow. But anyways, I want to get it back into these numbers. The second thing about these numbers is that when you go to 289, forget about the 34. We're going to go Pythagorean, and we're going to end up with 224. We're going to go Pythagorean and end up with 324 over 36, and we end up with 351. And this says ace, cat, communication. It also is a relative to a piece that's inside of here because 3 can come down to 1 as it can go up to 9. It's 3 parts. To create 3, we need 2 and 1. So we can take away the 2 and have 1, or 1 plays a role inside 5 as electric company, which brings on 125 and 529. The spirit of 55 is that number 16, creating your 7 and 5. G and E, 7 and 5 is 35 equaling to 8. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. And that is to the church and the house of the rising sun. Because this 3 will now get reverted to 1 and 2. And if I do that, I'm going to have to say 1, 4, and 2, 4. Because we're going to now make 38. We have to split that number up. And when you play the game of craps, and when you play the dice game under the bridge, I forget what the game is, all these numbers tell the same story. And when you have 1 and 2 at the 7th gate, you have number 56. 56, 5 times 6, 5 plus 6, 5 minus 6. Remember, if you're 5 minus 6, you are not on the cross. So you now have to understand you are playing this way and this way. You're not on the cross. The 5 plus 6 is including the heavens, including Venus and Neptune. This one does not include Venus and Neptune. It's only including Jupiter. Crossing over the center. Remember where the lines are. We all write numbers inside the boxes, right? But the lines are all over here. So this is 5, not dash, is passing over this line, which tells me number 17, because in the game of roulette, when you put a chip in between two numbers, it's 17 to 1. 171. 686. 1 plus 7, 1 minus 7. 68, the 7th gate, going through G and E, number to the moon, 5775. 75 times 75 equals 5775. So now this 351, because 6 and 4 is 10, the 1 we will add a 6, it'll become 7. We now get 357, and this will spell the word gun, and it's the movement of time. It's the movement of 60, which means it's the movement of 4 and the blue world. Because 60, okay, is orange. Because 60 is the value of FOUR. Because 40 is the balance of 6 and 4 is the balance. Israel's Zion is 6 and 4 is the balance, and that brings on 40 for the blue world. Or we are now connecting the star system. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. I'm talking quick. If you take a look at the time, it's 24 minutes, and nobody wants to sit here on my videos. So when we go into the last video, it becomes a true 399. And the true 399 about this is because 6 and 3 is 9, and we don't pass 10. This scenario over here, 3 plus will create 8. If I